The 48-year-old Lucar Jam Atsok picks up his sons from kindergarten. He takes the older boy's hand in one hand and the younger boy's school bag in the other. It's hard to imagine that he is a political fanatic and has run for the leadership of the Central Tibet administration.
Ane niwa tita ye min ti ta we ji ni lo samla samlo tang ni chi po jemba ti ki jemba ti ki ni khati la nge samlo tang ni nga samlo te sing gyro te si nga nangmi pala chi gim bicha ni ngi nangmi la ngai kari kari khi go e chi ta ane ngarang kari chi gin se ti sam sam ti ni to na ni le sam.
Lucar Jam is from Amdo of Tibet and enjoys a comfortable life in Dharamsala that most exiled Tibetans do not know. But since the birth of his second son, he is considering leaving Dharamsala.
Tati kari res na yagar ni nga zo ginang po dewa ina. Nge pala ama nisha ge minto ni ngara nisha nanshin chi ni chi matsi kye na maung ba na pugu ge nga zo la I kange shekre sam gudu. Pugu chi la goa mi top tang tang nga zo sho kangte ni ta we na ko la pugu chi la gyakub chi gogu yo re.
복싱 나름 말이야. 서로 주도
이 코로나도 같이 조금 핸디 조금에 is my 그라 코로나니 그 father 빠라 그 중티 추디 니 부분이 차 중티 셰그 이 말도 니 중망 부셰 그 노바메
Saring Yongzom has been in India for 20 years. He lives alone in Dharamsala now. She has 3 younger brothers. One of them went to America 3 years ago.
Any inji bumudi nijita ngipinga pu lobet chunjura kemi this low game but oreda ani the chiyurta khona kemi dita ngipinga pul pe thambu cheje the sabemba nimale chilo tangi marles ta ko legal ta imbra sabemba nimale chilo mata nang nimata tsumba ro ka shaje. Nechene bus tokparoche ani kemedi amadi tis yakorostura ani amadi la do kran didechine yongomare ani krani khagaru khachi shasholadra logics chelkoni khaga chirta tanda korani logair ngipingapu tanda setel lesajista arila nondelair.
Tibetan exiles immigrating to Western countries through marriage isn't a rare case. For example, between January and November of 2004, the District Court of Dharamsala alone had 40 Tibetan men registering with Western spouses. The following 6 months, they averaged up to 2 Tibetan men marrying a Western woman every week.
Nema ina yomar khachilana di kemi di nganjuni che de chijumar khachilana nga ko pinge imha gor tai mora dele di nga de yora an jel khaga chisa jelata Tandero chashana widget pejitaido, any widget now something gishiri. The dog, what to still on the Niki to a shigger, Kajalan and giving up window human, topper shig back, gishi, the edge to hand the jago.
but not all cross-cultural marriages can bring about a change in citizenship.
집이 보고도 네 가다님도 봐 제발로 돌을 백이는 얘가 있도 자제 아니 이거니 가도 네 장사계도 우리 손다.
Perhaps it was fate. Second-generation exiled Tibetan Dorji Se-wang studied at the Japan home of the Tibetan Children's Village when he was young. It was very strict, and he left school for good after an impulsive decision to run away from home. After many years, he went to Nepal and became a guide. At that time, he did not understand how important identity and documents are.
아니 니네마 갸갈도 돼서 뭐 바이르 마 진스타 된데 키요 아니 갸갈 좀 아니 갸갈이 야 잘라 셴바이디 야 바이르 칭 바이르 좀 아니 진데데 이거 무시라면에 나 가라 민가리 누망아 기게도 록바로 지 인디진이 아마지 근데 좀 저게 돼
Dorji Se-wang did not have any documents, but it was as if he had a guardian angel helping him. He was able to receive his documents in a month, when it usually takes other Tibetans more than a year.
근데 아이시스도 마양아 저기 두두 이런 거 고글라니 신데 라체 안 두두 파르간질라 대체 파르간질라 단디 투리스트도 인디비주얼 트래블러 두두 싱가포르 미지도 군들이 아마 계셔 콜라니 아마 라제테 올라블레가 디치로지 아니 코티 치워 봐. 니 디드가라 배숑기 미 지게미 돈을 남서 자가지기도 차. 아니 내가 교르지. 이머지실라는 내가 둘다 니숨 거에 비제 둘다 니숨 거니 둘다 나와 찍스나는 거 이제 아시도 돼.
However, the good fortune of Dorji Se-wang did not follow him to Japan. After several attempts, he ultimately failed to obtain Japanese citizenship.
He failed to be a Japanese citizen, but only for one simple reason that he could have avoided. There was a part where you have to write, which citizenship are you now currently? He wrote Tibetan, but the Japanese authorities said, Tibet is not a country; it's part of China. So you're a Chinese, aren't you? It's a city office in Niigata. That's one of the oldest places you can find in the 1980s. Nobody knew the situation about the Tibetan people in exile. So, but they know that it's part of China. He's born in India as an exile, so it's impossible for him to get a Chinese nationality. He also mentioned, they asked him whether he was a refugee. Where is any documents or any status that can prove to us that you are a refugee from Tibet? India is not a ratified state country for the Refugee Convention of the United Nations. The word refugee doesn't apply in India. So, there's many things that really made this go very wrong. Some part, I feel it's Dorji not explaining and just getting angry and just really blew the whole thing up.
그거 부리끼리 굽주고질로 이렇게 제 친부차 굽주고 깨고고 랑아니 같이 해라. 너 니게 너 구슬래라고 니도 찍으라고 두 개가 놀래. 개가 놀리지 니 이거 로고 주스 쳐. 디네시는 아니 바이 무 때문에 아니 가게가 되죠. 디네 아니 봐주
I called his wife. He said whatever happened to them, between them, is over 20 years. And she doesn't want to get involved. She doesn't want to see him. And one more thing. She said, please tell Dorji that the mother has died. He had a difficult life in Japan, but it's only the mother. He said the mother was very nice to him. His son is now fully grown, but he quit baseball. So Dorji was really bragging about his son playing in a good baseball team. Well, he's not anymore.
얘 부당아 카텐다 로 주비 좁게 주두 주비 showcase tour. The Yane Koran, the village Kevalenche, Kora Rangutan, something. Paraji, something to water. Taranchi go decided, Jimmy two go at Koragi to do Koragi, Levatola busy, several little not disturbing Thomas.
Dorji Sewang lives in the new Aruna area in Delhi, a place known as Tibetan Village. The village is bustling with shops, restaurants, and hotels. At the entrance is a sign written in English that reads, Tibetan Refugee Colony. There are currently about 3,000 exiled Tibetans living here.
당아 마저르린 로직데 제가 로니스 거다. 로니 나라당에 그게 내 야르시 대잡니세 먹어라. 지게 곱스레 먹어 건좀 줘. 디나랑이 총계 고 두체. 믹스에 고도 곱스레다 잉글랜드 아리비 민주 베베밀레지 망아치. 다나들레 개교로 잠잠 개교로 친. 참 내가 다관이 뭐 잠잠다고 지금 거를 뒤뒤고.
Tibetan Village is also an important transportation hub for Tibetans in India. People can take the train or bus directly to Dharamsala from here, or they can go to New Delhi to fly to the rest of the world.
Delhi Lada, Takawa, Lumba Kawayuna, Jala, Nyosa, take the decay, room to go Chibuina, Dakarina, did the Dharamsata to take the Kegora. Najil Dharamsa Yinda, Kanga, Tuza Yunimendere.
However, according to Indian government documents, Tibetan Village is number 895 pending planning area. It is only a temporary street block. It is like the exiled Tibetans in India, who have been struggling for nearly 60 years in India and still do not know where their future lies. So, in some corners of Tibetan Village, there are ads that claim to guarantee Indian passports for Tibetans.
All persons born in India after 1950 but before 1st July 1987 will be citizens of India. But if you are born after 1st July 1987, then to qualify to be a citizen of India, one of your parents at least must be an Indian citizen. And in 2003, it was legislated that at least one of your parents had to be an Indian citizen and the other was not an illegal migrant. So now the law is much tighter than it used to be.
Although India's Citizenship Act had not changed much in the past few decades, the fact never caught the attention of the exiled Tibetans until 2010. In 2010, 25-year-old Namyel Dokar caused an uproar by seeking Indian citizenship and passport. With the help of her lawyer, Dr. Raksna Swamy, the Indian Foreign Ministry was brought to court. She eventually became the first exiled Tibetan to legally obtain an Indian passport.
Gyaga mise chungyu yoza an gyaga nalo nidu ani becha saja chungse la saja nyue ne re ta de gya che cha ru tu yana shwenge lupru chi ba ne re lopra thön cha we la ya tholop khashe la chelebe tholop yora professional tholop khashe la chim lopjon chi ne re amje lopjon chi cha we amje gi laktar che ne re mangbu che la gyaga mise mai be na laktar chi chung mare apply to the ngal gangi khar test chuna khoran so gi kina pyobatres kina phamani pyobareshas cheza ani gyaga leke yimbe ne kina passport thotan yo mares kina gyaga mise mares je ngal laps.
I was shocked to find that she was not granted the passport. Various excuses were given, the worst of which was that you cannot be a citizen of India if you are Tibetan. So we saw no alternative except to serve a legal notice on the government demanding her rights to a passport. And when it was refused on the ground that she was not a citizen of India, we went to the High Court in a writ petition. The High Court after several hearings, passed an order stating that she apply for a passport, and it was for the government of India, if it saw fit, to give her explanation why she was not being granted a passport or grant her the passport. And they gave a period of 6 weeks in which to do this. The government of India did nothing during those 6 weeks. So after a few months, we went in what is called a civil contempt petition.
Tibetans are not known for applying for a passport. When Tibetans apply for passport, like it's not normal for them, No, how is it this possible? They say, no, it's not possible, no. So then you are stuck. So then you have to go to court.
In the end, Namgyal Dokar and Dr. Swami spent 2 years to satisfy the Indian government's citizenship review. In 2010, the Supreme Court of India ruled to give Namgyal Dokar Indian citizenship and an Indian passport.
Delhi ki chedo timshe khan yora Delhi High Court ne timda cheche ani morando chashana ani gyala kichu gebdung gi taw thupe se chik ngöla ke sashas ngöla ke chadu ani chadim gi gonde shisung moran gya mi se chagores gya mi se chage yo chang ani moran la gya mi se gi toptang danyam tegores ani toptang de nano chikdi passport chagores chezang kiran zomol passport tegores dinashi kiran ki gyaga mise chigla toptang de mate sang ani kiran la cheba phoche koran zo gomanga tongchi koran zo penalty cheba phoche nga zo teo shire an cheza court ngene thuju khade test chuna koran zo ya dawa shi nang lo la ani moran la ani nyu de test hawo go yelar check de test hawo go yelar.
The Indian media reported this case in a high-profile manner. Namgyal Dokar's passport lawsuit quickly ignited heated debates among exiled Tibetans.
Samsu ta sanganenge ta gochuna yawa ani dela gyabgyo number che yakure phumulo chungji kyongbu chung ani chimgi shi songu dende draw che ani kina timchi tobare case tobare che zan pe yakure kyongbu chung lange ot chung dinyambo ta chikdo gaba chinge mangbu chung 먼저나 라운 탑수요 라운지 탑수요라 아니 뉴욕기그레스 체잔데 체디 노레스 갖고 치규랑이 빼면 뭐중 니나시 카시지기 아니 벼봐 수인의 디그레스네 캐나다로 차시나 하기리 김장 차오레 하기리나 벽이 초기기 벽이 잼베 동규치레스 잼베 규바치기 갸가미세 슈에디 베탈레 멘제레스제 람게데 총알아.
Though the laws are there, the government policies are there, but people like us, if we, instead of motivating people or encouraging our cause, get ourselves enrolled as an Indian citizenship, it will not only demoralize the whole point, whole fight that His Holiness and the Central Tibetan administration has been struggling. So it will be like some kind of demoralizing the whole issue.
망구지기 ICK, RCK지 바자셔야지 개 요말 장구슈나 탑주주도 내가 마칭에 가지만 보여. RCK, ICK네 수수 미제랑 초와겐 댕에된데 수수 또교랑 쌈댕에 가지만 보여. 제가 녜녜네 가슈고랭이 슈구지 gyāgā mīsā apply chīchē ngā pēpa nyūngā chī chāyā ki tēndē tsōwa tsāwa nī mā shūng chēsā dī māndā chī kūngē chē chē tō anī khāshū gōrē.
Taking an Indian passport, taking Indian citizenship means that you are sort of loosening the bonds with Tibet. And it should be so. If you are going to be a citizen of India, then you must be wholeheartedly a citizen of India. You cannot have a divided loyalty.
Although the debate continues, other exiled Tibetans have followed suit. Soon after, a Tibetan acquired Indian citizenship and passport through the High Court of Bangalore. According to the latest census data, about 35,000 exiled Tibetans in India are eligible for citizenship under the Citizenship Act, which accounts for about 1/3 of Tibetans living in India. However, it is a long struggle for every exiled Tibetan who seeks Indian citizenship.
I'm Indian citizen by birth. And Delhi High Court has also given this order, and there is a precedence. He said, no, there was an individual case. You bring your court case, then maybe you will win, and then we will give you a passport. I said, why do we need this?
Lobsang Wangyal was born in India in 1970. He is a journalist and freelance writer. He often reported on his own naturalization struggle to various news websites. In 2015, he began to seek legal aid and eventually won his lawsuit in the Delhi High Court. After 2 years, he attained his Indian citizenship and passport.
My case was not an individual case. We filed a public interest litigation. So it covers everybody, those who were Tibetans born between 1950 and 87, and their children included. A few friends, they contributed, like for example, bus tickets or to pay my hotels in Delhi. They understood what I was doing. Through me, many problems will be solved. I mean, the passport problem for Tibetans will be solved.
However, since Lobsang Wangyal won his lawsuit, the Tibetan in exile community has accelerated in its dissonance. Numerous eligible Tibetans in exile started to submit their applications to the Indian authorities, and disputes over an identity crisis began to surface.
The CTA issued an order to all the Tibetan settlements stating that any Tibetan trying to get an Indian passport, if they need any supporting letters from the settlement offices should deny that. Settlement officers shouldn't apply NOC, no objection certificate.
CTA President Lobsang Sangye or Sengye said, if all Tibetans become Indians, then how would we, legitimize the struggle? And my counter argument is, if this is what you see, then how come you got American citizenship? And not just you, there are others in the Tibetan government who have Indian passport, American passport, Canadian passport. Did they not realize this, that this is hurting the struggle? This double standard is something I cannot tolerate.
The people who's telling these people, be a Tibetan, they're not even Tibetans anymore. The passport, it tells them that they're Americans, they're Canadians, British. There's many Tibetans who envy that, who escaped from Tibet after 1987. What's going to happen to them? They cannot obtain an Indian passport. Now, they have less chance than the Indian-borns.
They're afraid of losing control over the Tibetans. You remain refugees, and because you remain refugees, you remain poor too, because you don't have a lot of opportunities. And the more poor you are, the more dependent you become on CTA, the more control it has on you. Lobsang Sangye tried in 2011 to have a say in the visa matters to Tibetans. This is basically trying to control you, your movement.
Nganzula, kyopso red nyung du re laos. Tanang ja samla ya bosh tang baina. Ta thanda lo thukju masim snganja debre. Kyopso rang shude debar. Ngarang de la tembu chinne ma tu baina khandes chiure. Juma phugya ringbu thone. Samutana khandes yungure. Tanda ngarang zo gya kyapju na la ne di. Kyamgyu rimbu che thukje wal re. Cheza khede. Ta ngarang zo shingo mi kye ba jela chibadi rangshin chire. Cheza dende yunde khede kyamgyu rim che ma shu igne dan chana ngarang zo nebab di khande chagre.
Lechpat Nagar, in the south of New Delhi, is a multi-ethnic, multicultural area. In recent years, some exiled Tibetans have stepped out of resettlements and refugee camps to gather here. Most of them are young people born in India after 1987. According to Indian law, they are unable to become Indian citizens, but they still strive to break away from the shackles of ethnicity and integrate into Indian society. They are dressed in contemporary clothing, and their unique language is a mix of Tibetan, Hindi, and English.
Interestingly, our Chongala Lobjon Deneta, Subjon de Mangona Zuchen, Tanda Tuzio Langara de Dilla travel agency, and Niva de Langara de office travel office in a degalam, last one travel office Yuva, and the Maumba that travel office the Yachimbu Chegi, Miyu Doche. Taya maung ba jachimbu tang wone che chiki di toltani ta chik chilo dego junse so chik di chaudu
And Delhi la ni master chisan jela animation la this interest ke ni nge animation this chaimba animation jang ne tijela Noida la company chila animator fresher chini lega join chi nge gi tha thanda nge gi corporate office software development company chila ma business development manager chini lega chi bi tanda
ngara min tenzi shi ro ane tanda presently lo sumjui nidong chukchi de tat khalor ta sigze do tanga do che dalil le igze do tang ani de gyaw shummenga lega rasro ani nidong chungni ta tanda bot currently ta inde chin lega chin de de ta ondire
You cannot call them just normal Tibetan. I think they have a very high IQ. A lot of Tibetan people may have given an excuse. They said, we can't do that. No, it's impossible for us. But we found these people who said, we can do this. We just have to study harder. We just have to work harder. If you really want to break the wall, if you want to go through, you got to really fight for it.
Dender da di color yento gya shung ro che gya chizo na lega chora ngazo ondi doctor ro dir da ngazo vacancy thwendir da lorim yora vacancy thwendir ondi thwendi ta ngazo dir da first come first serve leisure da color so thangol le exit ro tang so information ya boye na chain ya boye na ta dirwa main on entrance yore exit de chibu me che ani ngade ta gya ngade mangbo ro ondi chibu chiyan da color da vacancy thunde ba dirda ani ende che yomar da khalore anzu pheni ba chode ende khalor da gya shungi on the opportunity apote da doctor rosna.
If you tell them, is the religion going to stop you? No. Is the policies of the CTA going to stop you? No, it's not going to stop us. Why can't we live like normal people? They don't think about how they perform as a Tibetan in exile living in a colony.
In 2001, Milo Rangzan was fortunate enough to win the visa lottery and move to the United States. Surprisingly, he quickly joined the US Navy and served for 8 years.
One of the reasons why I joined the United States Navy was the promise of quick citizenship. I was 33. It was such a challenge. It was not easy. Greatest challenge of being stateless was you are an object of pity. That sense of statelessness was overwhelming. It was killing me.
Milo Rangzan was 41 years old when he was discharged. Although second-generation exiled Tibetans born in India are generally fluent in English, it is not enough to earn a decent living.
I do several different jobs to survive independently. So one is translation, oral, and I also filing, on-site guidance and translation, over-the-phone translation. It's hard to survive in New York, especially when you don't have professional education.
Although life is still difficult, in the last few decades, those who can travel to Western countries are the luckiest Tibetans in exile. In fact, many exiled Tibetans will do anything to do that. They use fake documents or tell lies in hopes that their fate can be changed. Among them, the worst case was the fake nun case in 2005. The frequent occurrence of such incidences has greatly damaged the reputation of Tibetans.
아시 소리는 아시 소리 아시 무지 고르는 소리 아이 롱앙아 년인 소서 형만 로 찍지리 로 맞지지 다 두둑 조리 다 두면서 Tin jambo shuna ta soso roin sholo lo dik magion pai tengra hamas sin na tengri magin pai ten yagen hingarshens ta ta negap chilati tinde chinda
nima dawa sum sngena ma phel jo yingyung nga khande chere sa nge ji nga ji kare passport yo an stream zuma ja tene nga pheba haj mangmi sum shi sur sum shi ding nga namju thang haj zong khang chung chu jur dina nima ni jur tene nga sa sam chu tang shar passport zuma de lela se yo mar ne kirang pesha kersi gami haj pesha gomu chini trena tene kirang se yo kyagara sugo mar payul se yo gyagaro ina nga tanda gyagala deshilo thongbu yingyodange phamang tangyore en lobtra na logic jela nga ram phayu shu thensong en phayu then tanga loya deba shu lesong en loya deba le ni nga lobtra ro dus de de en ta gyagana nga dengyo samlo na nga ta khare khare soso gyamna phama de sumena de na des khare des kale do shtu 소소가 별도야 제도 갈래스나 소소 능미 파요레 파마 파요레 아니 소소야 빈야 중어 부 정마 파요레
랑이 조구나라 랑이 별에 파 로드기 미 하공에리 그래
하고 너냠도 괜히 출레니 근데 봐주니 망보여 아 가르치는 나 니망 안에 변에 냠도리니 부지요레 그럼 파이도지는 말 강라이죠.
저는 나게 족구 나는데 파 로드기 레지도 야고 말에 선uk 당게 되게
요 니마 데라 저 데라 암도 미망부여래 코란소 조이나다 코란소 이나다 변에 소소소소 첩시 강로 내가 소소소 체르 당 간소 조이는 나란소 낭미 파표려래 그래서 소소소 집어들 좋아하기는 백하고 쳐도 되니지 먼저 파표를 줘야 돼 그래 메일로 쳐도 예 파유디 인교 자탕도 줘 근데 간소디 파유디 그래 야르카 인디좀 봐 항상 기부요 야르카 임베 뒤라 나 ngada nga tsum nangmi kashe jore nga tsum bu goga jore karsi nga pyol drona dani deya chashi yu karsi da soso de gyagala yinji yawu jangtu na jures roji lena ani nga tsum ji ge gyur dochi ya mi yu roji yu ani yangman soso nang de chamsan karsi nga ge gyur yongman sonna nga rang di nga tsum moja tangni haji mi yu roji yu
진짜 아니 나라로 차신다 야갈라 되니 뮤직에 딱을 하고 가실래나 기신 낭미지 차와 있네르다 먼저를 가고 좀 왔다 델레 되는다 미정한서 강바디 렌텐 로디 왔다가서 라 수술 다야 강바지 때문에 강라 지중 많이 봤다 간다만도 뮤직 라고 올래 대다가서 변하는 빙게 된다 니 아상 요레다 니 빙게 된다 숨 펠려라 lega yabuchi ani ngutisa ani pelma kurle khajlana bena midunzola onchini maungpata khalor korans tis yabucha thune ngarani khalor ngarani gya tangyo de konso gita khalor gyobage migejik seora 별로도나 수 마ungpata khalor khangbainere sajainere 직수술 다 해서 지겨라 어디는 진짜 마음과 당아락 디네 치게를 줘도나 갈레로 야고시게 마음과 별 바란자 로약 채시
In Jampaling Elders Home in Dharamsala, There are 48 Tibetan veterans who have served in the Indian Army. Most of them are 80 years old and all alone. These men will continue to grow old here with their physical and emotional wounds.
시비는 당가도 미중 두고 말아 아성사로 심대도 가르서는 나다변아 오다 나는 로에 첨보리 다 시스디 자갈 힘이요
omdare tutare tursoha omdare tutare tursoha omdare tutare tursoha omdare tutare tursoha omdare